What's up, guys? Sleepy Joe here. Just kidding, it's just me, Caden from the Ministry of Propaganda. Yes, we're back with another video. Basically, like, there's apparently people out there. I don't know if they're kind of like copying our content, but they're just reacting to videos to kind of like what we would react to. I believe this one was called like Grown Man reacts to like I don't remember. It was like something about movies or something. Like something about that SpongeBob movie. Never watched it myself, by the way. But like I'm really hyped to watch this with you guys because it's been a bit since I've uploaded, and I love SpongeBob. Let's go. Love SpongeBob. All right. Oh yeah, middle-aged man overanalyzes kids movies. SpongeBob movie. Let's check this out. Never watched this guy before.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's
Okay, first off, buddy, fix your mic. All right, it's terrible. Mic quality could really use a boost.
your boy. Welcome back to the Ministry of Propaganda.
I did mention these guys are apparently copying us. I do not remember uploading this, nor do I know this person that uploaded this. It could be just a similar name, could be a coincidence, but I will see you in court. Um, so
Got a sort of a similar video to what Cade's been posting on here.
again, I don't
I
know
just
how
came
they knew.
across this dude in his channel, and I
I will tell Charlie about
thought
this,
I had to
guys.
make a
Don't
video
worry.
about it because this is one of those YouTube movie reviewers, right?
Right.
And which is fine, right? It's
Yeah.
always good to have movie reviewers, but the thing is,
What is this? What is this guy eating? The fuck?
this video
Turn your
is
mic
about the
down,
new
buddy.
SpongeBob movie. And in the editing process, I'm going to flash the thumbnail on the screen. This video made me so mad. All right, I was
All
like
right.
5 minutes and I didn't even watch the whole thing
All
yet.
right,
I
this
was
guy.
so mad at this
Preach, Queen.
thing
This guy's mad about SpongeBob.
that I just had to make a video about it
He's passionate.
because we have here this man is almost 30 years old. This is a 30-year-old man complaining. He's essentially complaining that the new SpongeBob movie was made for children.
Type shit.
Like, dude, of course it was. And I mean, I'm just gonna let him speak for himself. All right. Just be aware, I have mac and cheese that I'm gonna be eating during the
Yeah, I
video,
knew it.
so
It's fucking disgusting.
All right,
Okay.
let's get into this
So
video, guys. Make
unprofessional.
sure to like and subscribe to the.
Yo, if you
Ministry
do
of
see this,
Propaganda.
buddy, yeah, we are going
Yeah,
to
let's
court.
get right
I have a
into it,
great
guys.
lawyer.
I mean,
Whew, well, it's time.
Before we go into this, I would like to give my 2 cents. Yeah, if you're a grown man, like, complaining about this online, like, don't you have some child support to pay? I'm just...
For another SpongeBob movie, now that Paramount has released another one.
Yeah,
the
they're gonna
second
milk
one
this for-
in this very
they're
same
gonna
year.
stick-
I swear the release
SpongeBob's
of these
never gonna
movies
die,
is
bruh.
more
They're gonna keep
consistent
milking
with
him.
things
Sexy as
in my
fuck.
life
Somebody
at this
just-
point. And it's funny.
just 'cause you don't have a
I
life.
had relatively
Alright,
high
that's great.
hopes for this movie, since it seems like
and see, this is what I'm talking about. High hopes for the SpongeBob movie. You have nothing better to get your hopes up about. It's the SpongeBob movie.
No, he's right, though.
This is made for fetuses.
Yo,
I don't understand.
Can you
SpongeBob
eat,
movies
like,
as a
after
whole,
the-
we're going through a little bit of an arc. We're going to be keeping things
Jesus
spoiler-free
Christ.
for the first half of this video. I'll let you know when things get spoilery. But generally, the theme seems to be the very first SpongeBob movie was absolute cinema. And
It was, I'll
every
give you that. It
sequel
was.
just got
It was.
worse and worse over time. The deepest pit of the bunch with way too many live-action bits and terrible acting as well was, of course,
Terrible
the
acting.
Sandy
SpongeBob movie, by the way. What?
Cheeks movie last year, but then came the Plankton movie, which seemed to be towing so much
The
of the
Plankton
formula and the line
movie?
of the first movie that it looped round to being actual cinema again, with all sorts of new explorations of
Is this the one-
tit-
This is the one that like got pirated a whole year before it launched.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I remember that.
Eat your mac and cheese and
iconic
shut
character
up.
it centers on. So with the idea that actually lightning can strike twice for SpongeBob movie successes, and
These guys
with
are
one of the
both
best
pissing me
ones
off right
being
now.
one of their more recent ones, there was
Okay,
a
bud.
lot of hope towards this movie
The fuck you
somehow
just call me?
being good too.
You need to
Since
go to
it very
hobby.
much seems to be coming from a version of Paramount and Nickelodeon who have done their research on the first movie and are trying to recapture that magic. Now, I was extra lucky being able to see the movie this time around, as I got to see a screening 2 days early for some reason. I don't know if I accidentally snuck into like a closed...
Did you go to that one? There was a screening where they invited Ice Spice, and she was like, she had her bikini bottom showing. Let's
Holy
just say that,
cornball,
chat.
yo.
I mean, it was not good.
Yo,
There were children there.
okay.
event of
All right, I gotta read up on that. Yo,
a screening. But
my
I also got to
sense
see
after
this
this
as a
video,
nearly
I was-
30-year-old man sitting in the corner of a small cinema room, while every other chair was filled with parents and kids.
no shit.
Always a
No
weird.
shit, alright?
Exactly!
Exactly.
Because it's a freaking kids movie. What do
It's
you
a kids-
expect?
It's a kids movie.
It's
Like,
a
what is this
kids
guy?
movie.
All right,
That's
Get the-
why you're the only grown man without kids.
grown man, by the way, watching
It's made for
SpongeBob.
kids.
Like,
The movie is made for kids. I don't understand how this doesn't process in your head.
is the Matrix
You're the
real?
only guy above the age of 25 who
Holy
is lining
moly!
up to watch this movie by himself.
weird vibe on day one, but also it means I get to see how funny this movie actually is when you're not 29 years old. Now, there is
You see, exactly. Because
Straight
the
back.
jokes
Preach.
were made for kids.
Straight for kids,
It's
dude.
a
Like,
kid's
I'm not
movie.
going into this little
It's gonna
seminar
be poop
here.
humor, it's
Like, I'm
gonna
a
be
grown
fart
man.
humor,
I'm like 19.
pee humor.
There's
It was
no
made
way
for kids.
you'll
You're gonna
ever
see-
catch me going into this theater
It's-
watching this movie.
It was made for
29-year-old
kids.
man, dude.
That's why you don't like that
A
humor.
29-year-old
It was made for
British bloke.
kids.
A
certainly
British
all
bloke.
sorts of things in this movie that there is to enjoy. We get a whole new narrator at the start of the movie and another live-action pirate. It's always a theme these days that every SpongeBob
Yummers.
movie has to have live-action
Shit a
somewhere.
brick.
And much like the first movie started with those pirates and a title theme song, this one has a
Oh
single
my
theme
gosh,
of a
yes.
singular pirate with a singular
Hold on, I'll be right
joke.
back.
He's
So,
trying
guys,
to
just took a fat shit.
tell the narrative, but he's on a boat that's swaying too hard. It's fun. It's extra nice when you realize it's the actor of Mr. Krabs playing said pirate. And they do
Oh, Clancy
even
Brown?
run along and do
Who?
some of the title theme for SpongeBob as well. The kind of classical fan service thing you would kind of expect more of the SpongeBob movies to do. And then even in this one, they only did one line. And then
One line
and
of
they didn't
coke?
go
What
any
is this?
further than
This
that.
is.
I mean, I know they did it already in the first movie. But I don't know, more fan
What are you
service is
talking about?
fine.
Speak the Queen's
Now, when
English,
it comes to
mate.
the actual visuals
Come
of
on,
this
then.
movie, I quickly got used to them. It's again one of those classic things
Pretty
when
good
you look at the
graphics, by the
older
way.
movies, they get worse and worse over time. I think SpongeBob works more naturally in 2D, so it fits the most in the very first movie. And then later on, they started getting more and more prevalently 3D.
What was
But
that?
also cheaper and cheaper on the budget. Like Sandy Cheeks look
That's 'cause they're made for
awful,
kids.
right? In this,
I'm
they
with this
kind of
guy.
do some sort of
Sounds a lot like
mid-degree of
Charlie.
budgeting, and though Squidward looks
A little weird.
particularly greasy, I guess.
It
After a
looks
while,
fine, dude. I don't know
I
what you're
just
talking
got
about. Like,
used to
I'm
it,
not
and it
looking
was
at this
fine.
movie without
Greasy
my
like his
Compliment,
beard.
or is that a
Holy.
compromise? I don't know. Furthermore than that, we of
I'm not
course have to
squinting
make
my
this
eyes
movie
to
a
see how
road
good the
trip
graphics
movie.
look.
Every single
Just
other
squint my
SpongeBob
cheeks.
movie is a road
What?
trip movie of some sort. This one's exactly the same, but now the central point is all about the Flying Dutchman, and I adore that. I think after we've very much seen how feature-length SpongeBob stories have run out
Keep this guy away from your kids.
of ideas and go in terrible directions, I think this one is genuinely
Because they've been
a
running
great
for over 20 years.
exploration to see. It's one of the niche
course they're
cast
running out
members
of
that
ideas.
hasn't had that much screen time, and it opens up to allowing so much more expansions of the world of SpongeBob we know, and with it breaching new
Dude.
territory, we
Dude.
can inject
Oh my
new
God. Yo,
creativity
what is
or
going... Dude! Is this new movie, like, rated R?
imaginations, which this movie brings up in droves. There are a couple of retcons in there. The Flying Dutchman is now voiced by somebody else. It's Mark Hamill.
Okay.
Suddenly that makes sense. Mark Hamill does a great job at what he does. And we also get the introduction of a portal from
Skywalker?
Bikini Bottom to the underworld. It's kind of like the giant monsters from SpongeBob Movie 1. It's kind of like that bus stop episode in
Now
the
that we're
classic
men.
SpongeBob TV series.
Ugh.
It's, you know, whatever.
What are they
but I
saying,
do like all of the
Chad?
expansions they make on all these funky creatures
going
and
on?
hurdles and rivalries they have to
Straight
get through.
baked.
You've got Patrick, SpongeBob, and the Flying Dutchman up ahead at the front of the road trip.
Is that Ice Spice?
have to get through. You've got Patrick, SpongeBob, and the Flying Dutchman up ahead at the
Woo!
front of the road trip, and then you've got Mr. Krabs, Squidward, and Gary following them afterwards. Bit of an interesting cast selection. Gary's on board the whole time for some reason, and he doesn't contribute much from what I remember. But you know, it's...
Isn't Gary like a cat? Like, dude, he's been a side character the entire show. Gary doesn't contribute much. Like, are we stupid?
running
He's a
with
snail.
the
What would he
motions.
contribute?
The way I-
Exactly. Like, dude,
when this movie
straight
began,
up.
it was really full potential.
Full
on
stop, dude.
Some of the most terrible movies we've ever seen from SpongeBob, and some of the best.
Gary's
Between
probably this
Sandy
guy's
Cheeks
favorite
and
character.
Plankton movie is basically where
What a
every
normie.
other SpongeBob movie can go, and I had no idea where to pinpoint this thing. But there were some disappointments early doors. One of the ones is the introduction of the pop culture song number in the middle of this movie, actually at the start of this movie. Very strange. You may have seen it in the trailers. It's that theme.
Oh, the Ice Spice. Yep, there you go.
Ice Spice can get it. straight
Yes.
up.
Let's have Ice Spice.
That was a really
Borderland
weird
porn
addition, but
star
I
in
completely agree
SpongeBob.
with this guy.
Yeah.
Borderland porn star, straight up in SpongeBob. Like, what? I was half expecting her to give SpongeBob head halfway through the movie.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah,
Full
definitely.
stop.
Whom they play for some reason. An actual original song, I
Dude, that'd
think,
be
from
crazy.
Ice
Yo,
Spice. That
next
song is terrible. It
of
also
course it is.
doesn't fit
No,
the
Ice Spice
scene.
slaps.
That scene
You guys don't know
originally
what you're
begins
talking
with
about. And
a
frankly,
It doesn't fit the movie.
No.
It's an old
Ice Spice
school one
slaps.
That fits in universe because the alarm
You know
horn
the
actually
song
is singing
Big
the
Bussy?
song. It's the what do you have? Bow Wow song,
She's
Boom
amazing.
Boom song.
What?
I don't know how to explain it, and I can't play it for you either. That
Close
at least
enough.
felt
I don't wanna hear it. I'm good.
diegetically baked into the universe. And then they ran to like a pop
Is he
culture
taking a shit?
SpongeBob commission
Did you hear
song that doesn't fit.
How
It
long does this
doesn't
video
work,
run for?
And the lyrics are, I
25
kid you not,
minutes.
Big guy SpongeBob,
Holy.
big guy pants okay. Pants okay? What is this, man?
English?
You didn't even go square
Big
pants.
guy SpongeBob. I
It's
kinda
just
like that.
pants. Because
Big
he
guy
wears big guy
SpongeBob,
pants.
it's okay.
It's honestly bafflingly bad. I don't even
Sounds
know
like they were
Two
on
grown
weed
men
how
when
much
they
they
made
should have been
that.
paid for this.
Two grown
I
men.
feel like they should have paid up money to be involved in the SpongeBob movie, not the other way around.
British
It is
guy complains
dreadfully
about.
bad and dreadfully
You
modern.
think people
They
should
had it right for the
pay
first 10
to
seconds of the scene
contribute
and then cut
their
it off and
time to the
changes it on the
SpongeBob movie?
radio. And then
This
the
is
whole
like
just
your
does its
Grail,
generic-
isn't
I
it?
don't know, man. It's
This is
terrible.
something I'd bring
That's
my
just the opening
4-year-old
sequences.
kid to in
Had
about
to get that one out
30
early
years.
because it's just
This
so
guy loves
obvious in the
SpongeBob way
marketing,
too
and I
much.
don't know anyone who
I
likes
stopped
it.
watching SpongeBob
That
when I was
being
like
said, there is
12.
also a lot of fan service to the SpongeBob series. And what do
Facts.
you know? That's nice and replicatable.
This guy never stopped.
Self-referential Easter eggs, but they're done more subtly and
I only watch
when
SpongeBob for
SpongeBob and
nostalgia.
Patrick
That's
are
it.
walking to a theme park, they're doing the walk
Straight
cycle
up.
stretches from that one episode. And I'm sure there's loads
guy
of
needs
little
to
ones
find
like
some
that that have been
actual
in there
TV
too
to
that I
watch.
just didn't notice.
Really?
Even outright copying some of the compositions of the first movie, like stepping on
Oh,
Plankton
sue
and
them.
having his feet magically pop up
Sue them
exactly
for
to the
copyright
side.
infringement,
It's
even though it's their own
identical,
stuff.
in fact. And I think it's the only lines Plankton says in this movie. At that point, are they ripping themselves off? I don't know. Anyway,
Oh,
as
yeah,
things
definitely,
go on,
they
we
are.
start to come to the crux of the theme and idea of this general story. You know that SpongeBob's going to end up with the Flying Dutchman, but why? Well,
He's gonna end up with the
Oh
Flying
my
Dutchman.
god, dude! First of all, that's
That's
gay.
kind of gay,
Second
dude.
of all,
I mean,
that's
here's
exactly
where
what I
things
just said,
first
dude. This
start
guy's
falling
accent
apart,
pisses
because
me the fuck
narratively,
off, dude. I got
it is
fucking
so
headache right now.
very
Dude,
similar
I'm
to
going
SpongeBob movie again.
I
Now,
thought
know
you
can play it
said you liked that about the Plankton movie. I mean, this guy cannot make up his mind.
sequels went way too off kilter and should return
SpongeBob
back
can
to the
get it.
quality of the first movie. But I didn't mean exactly copying its beats. Because while that original film was all about masculinity and
I don't have
SpongeBob
holes
wanting to
for
be a
nothing,
man
Patrick.
the whole time, exploring the
Bop.
feminine, giggly vibes of him as a little boy as the finale to the whole story, in this movie, SpongeBob is obsessed with that idea again. They've just worded it differently. He wants to be a big guy.
Join the club, man. Join the club. Show SpongeBob, like, some steroids. Give him some steroids, dude. Like, SpongeBob, he's a realistic character. Like, this is what I
He is
want.
now slightly
He
taller than he
relates
used
to
to
Oh,
be.
me.
so not a man, a big guy.
A big man.
Yeah, okay, that is kind of cringe. I'll see where you're coming from. That is kind
No,
of
no,
stupid.
no, no. SpongeBob is right though in this situation. Like
So
I
guess
want
he's
the
actually
same thing for
literally a
myself.
kid. I didn't realize that. And he wants to prove that he's in
Um,
fact.
SpongeBob's been a kid for 12 years, by the way.
Yeah, look up the lifespan of a sponge. He's legitimately a child. Biologically, he's a
What
child.
are you talking? Yo, can you
brave
shut
and
up?
courageous and manly and be a big guy. Learning about Mr. Krabs'
Serious
new backstory
lifespan
as a
of a
buff
sponge.
crab pirate swashbuckler and wanted
I thought he was in the Navy. Mr. Krabs was in the
to get a
Navy.
swashbuckling certificate to prove that he's a man, to prove that he's a big guy. It is very much the same themes and beats of
This is like watching two retards argue.
Okay.
masculinity, and in every regard, done worse than the original.
Okay, here's the thing though.
Dude, put your mac and cheese
None of the
down.
people who are going to go see this movie are old enough
No, 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 no,
to
no.
have
Wait,
seen
wait,
the
wait, wait,
These
wait,
are like
wait,
6
wait,
and 7-year-olds.
wait,
The
wait,
original
wait.
came out in like 2004. None of these kids
No,
are even
actually,
remotely
like,
old enough
dude, these
to know
movies
what
aren't
the
that
first
deep.
movie was. That's probably why they did it like that.
Put this guy on Star
This
Wars.
is
Like, he
a
wants some deep
knockoff
lore.
of the first movie,
Yeah, of course it is.
mostly in the wrong direction, where Plankton treaded the lines of
SpongeBob just shit
Chatty
bricks.
shitting bricks. It's so funny, dude.
titular and reinvented it for its new titular protagonist. This is just ripping itself off. There are all sorts of good jokes in the background. There's a part where the soundtrack is going, hurry, 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 like the choir song is singing that when Mr. Krabs is trying to chase SpongeBob before he accepts a deal with the Flying Dutchman. That's the inciting incident for you. But also, I guess this is a good point to bring up the fact I was in a cinema screening full of children watching this SpongeBob
Of course
movie.
you will.
Yes, you were, man. That's the bloody problem, man. You're a grown man. Imagine how many parents called the police that night when a grown-ass man was sitting alone in the corner watching all of the kids. Keep an eye out for your kids.
It's the
And I
children.
heard not a peep this whole film. I heard a baby cry, and I heard very excitable children when the film ended and they were allowed to run down the front and sides of the screening for some reason. They did not laugh at any of the jokes. And this
That's cap.
was the
Straight cap.
Dude, not
SpongeBob
a
shitting
single
bricks
joke.
would make me laugh.
I find that kind of
so
hard to believe.
hard.
They're children. They'll laugh at anything.
Exactly.
They will quite literally laugh at anything. It is so
Amen,
easy
brother,
to make a child
amen.
laugh. It's like not even
So easy.
It's
Whip
not
out
even
your
funny,
willy?
dude.
Alright,
I
well,
think-
we'll skip them.
bad.
Forget I said anything.
I think you are really what am I? You are
Is he
greatly
fapping?
overestimating a child's sense of humor. They're not, and their intelligence. They're not that smart, dude. They will laugh at literally anything you put on a screen.
No, he's right
at least
though.
in my
like,
area.
dude,
that
jokes
tells me
aside,
that the jokes
this
aren't funny
British
to
guys
kids,
yammering about
and the jokes to
nothing.
me
Beans on
weren't
toast, yeah.
funny either.
Oh, wait, dude! Of course
I'm a
they
grown
weren't
man,
funny,
yeah.
so I don't
These
get.
kids' jokes are funny, man.
You are a 30-year-old man reviewing a movie made for fetuses.
Actually, 29 years old. Get it right?
This movie was made for 6-year-olds. I don't understand. You're 30 years old. Like, and this is what this guy does.
Dude,
Dad
like this guy said, he was the only grown adult without a kid in that cinema, bro. Like,
reviews. He just makes
nobody
reviews
cares
about
about the
kids'
SpongeBob
movies.
movie.
Animated kids movies. And I mean, dude, there are some good kids movies that adults can enjoy, but that is not the main point of a
Yeah,
kids
dude.
movie.
Like,
They
Bluey.
make kids movies for kids, and sometimes for the parents watching, but mostly.
I myself am a My Little Pony enjoyer. I do love that stuff. I am a brony. My brony name is Sparklefire.
For the kids.
So yeah, dude, I
And,
heavily
like,
relate to
you're
this.
30 years old, and this is what you're doing with your life. You're reviewing kids' movies.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, like, you know, be too cynical here. I mean, if you want to
Okay.
review movies,
Go eat your mac
for
and
kids
cheese,
mostly,
buddy.
let's watch the
Would, but now he has hair. Nor the part where SpongeBob and Patrick ramble about string cheese for about 30 seconds. It's weird.
What?
It's a surprisingly unfunny movie, but it does try to cover some of the beats of the
SpongeBob,
comedic side of
I
SpongeBob
shoved a
movie
cheese
one.
stick up
Rewatching
my
that movie,
ass.
you realize there's a lot of sound humor.
Let me suck
where
it out,
they just go
Patrick.
off and make noise.
Oh,
There's a
I'll
little
just
bit of
stop.
that in this movie. it strangely doesn't work anymore. I think some of the best things we saw in the marketing trailers was the intestines smacking each other. That comes straight out of SpongeBob Movie 1. It got a nose sound out of one dad in the room. I don't know if that counts. I think that's probably their biggest hype
why we love
because it's so closely
Dude,
tied
so
to like
stupid
the
they added
Flying
Ice
Team
Spice.
from the first movie. Everything else in this movie just
Yo, Drake
My
is next,
kids,
bro.
I would
funny
not
or
let my
iconic
kids
enough.
anywhere near Ice
Anything
Spice.
iconic from this movie is already taken from the original. There's a big old beat about Patrick and Squidward constantly making bubbles. To the point that they even bring up that age-old thing again of calling SpongeBob a bubble-blowing baby boy. As if that wasn't specific.
No, it was a bubble-blowing baby
boy.
Sorry guys, another massive shit. Taco Bell's really hitting me hard today. Let's keep going.
Is surprisingly a
Whew.
very soulless
Shit went over
movie
like a rocket,
for a
dude.
movie
The
all
fuck?
about the lost soul of an
to
ancient
the doctors
human
after
pirate.
this.
There are things in there that
What was
I
this
can
guy
come to
saying?
appreciate either as a reference I see or a joke I can understand the formula of, but the storyline is one you've seen before, and honestly, it feels like they're just
This is the kind of guy, like, being funny isn't formulaic. Being funny is being funny. If you're going to tell a joke, like,
Straight
I don't know,
facts,
like,
dude.
when you try to break down a joke into a formula, it's not funny anymore. A joke is funny because it's funny. Like, you can't really scientifically explain a
Yeah.
joke. It's not funny then.
trying to regurgitate the hits in the hopes they can just
This guy has
regurgitate
never
the
made a
hits.
single person
The
laugh in his
passion
life.
and
I
craft
guarantee.
behind this movie is clearly the missing core, but at least when it comes to the monster designs, they do a good job. I like the world building of this movie more than anything
The
else.
world building?
That's about it. All the
It's
world
the
building,
SpongeBob
Bikini
movie.
Bottom.
What
they've
a
added
world
to the story
building.
to try to change what's good for children, I guess.
Sorry.
That's like my cheeks right now, bro.
Dude, I don't know why I thought that was funny.
Damn.
It caught me off guard.
Multiple spins they've added
Don't
to the story
rewind.
to try to change what's good for children, I guess, and it's interesting.
Why
There's a
does
very
it look
short
like
sequence
that?
of the caravan driving
That's
through
not healthy, dude.
Bikini Bottom
Patrick,
High
you gotta get
School,
that
to which
checked
they then
out,
have
man.
to avoid dodgeballs and drive through locker rooms. I guess in an attempt to be relatable to the student children in the audience. It's also so very
What
in an attempt
happened?
to be relatable
no,
to
no,
avoid
no.
dodgeballs and drive through locker rooms. I guess in an attempt to be relatable to the student children in the audience. It's also so very short. They just
No,
drive
Dodgeball was
through,
lit.
and then we move on. Weird, but
No,
you know
it
whatever.
was
Gaga
Beyond that,
Ball
there's
was
also
lit,
a
too. I
big
love
thing
Gaga
about
Ball.
roller coasters and
never
the
played.
general fear of getting onto roller
Gaga
coasters for the
Ball
first
sounds gay as
time,
fuck.
which I would argue is
Why
not
the stuff
coasters,
happens
and
in
the
Korea?
general fear of getting onto roller coasters for the first time, which I would argue is not a bad relatable topic to approach. In the
That's
same
so
way
relatable.
we
Relatable,
talk
dude.
about the monsters
Grown
on
man.
I'm
How
so
are you
afraid of
going
roller
to relate
coasters.
to
It's
Fear
so
of getting on a
relatable.
bro?
coaster,
I've
I can
never
see
met
the
a single
points
person
connecting
who
it,
was
but the
afraid of a roller
execution
coaster.
Okay. I'm afraid of roller coasters.
is just not great.
Retarded.
So, everything I've mentioned is likely about the first half of this
Sky
movie, maybe
retarded.
the first 2/3. Honestly, it kind of, it's most of the movie is just that. So let's go into the more specific.
Oh,
detailed
spoilers!
stuff.
Here
Going
we
into
go,
spoilers
guys.
now, shall we?
Watch
So,
out.
Hey there! Thank you
wanna
for making
get
it to
a
the
spoiler
halfway
for
mark
you.
of this video. Come
Oh.
subscribe if you
Hey, if any other grown men are going out to watch this movie, watch out. There's spoilers here.
haven't already for
I'm
more
okay.
animated movie reviews when they come out.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I will
Teenage
not be
Mutant Ninja
Actually,
Turtles
wait,
subscribed.
I
short
am
that came out
subscribed
before
to this
movie
guy.
that I'll
I told you I
release
used to
tomorrow.
watch
And if
these
I do
videos.
find some sort of
brother.
screening of Angel Studios'
Bad mistake.
David Goliath movie, we'll cover that too.
Bad
Otherwise, that
mistake.
may be the last review of 2025. So stick around if you'd like to see us cover the likes.
First
I want to
mistake
see.
was
Does
eating
this guy
fucking
make
mac-
anything other than kids
eating fucking mac and cheese.
movies?
What the? You really stopped to look at his channel? Oh my god.
No, he doesn't.
Oh wow. What is that? McDonald's?
He doesn't. This is his whole thing.
Of
He
stuff
just
we
makes
put
these
on.
videos.
Alright, back to the second half of SpongeBob Movie 4. So, we have SpongeBob and Patrick following the Flying Dutchman all to the ends of his adventure. They go through the whole underworld. There's a game show at the end with a mountaintop, and that's quite nice. That's a
Squid
nice
Game?
adaptation for
Squid Game
the
reference?
trials they're going through, and they do some nice montagey things. Maybe it's a bit old man of me to say it goes by a bit too quickly, but I feel like everyone in the
Christmas
audience.
Yeah, that just looks
maybe
weird.
it's a bit old man of me to say.
That looks weird. That looks something like
What, SpongeBob
Just
busting
But I
it
feel
up?
like everyone in the audience didn't really get time to perceive it. There's a nice joke in the middle of them blasting through these challenges where they break the fourth wall to have a CEO fish guy from Paramount complain that Sandy Cheeks isn't in the movie, and then she appears in front of them and then explodes into a monster and they move on. And
What?
like, I like maybe the concept of that. I feel
Can
like
I
they
see
did it
that? I
wrong
kinda
though,
wanna see
somewhere
that.
along the way.
Yo, why are there
Is
no
that
clips
actually
of this?
commentary that they didn't get a certain character in board and they needed to cover that? Again,
Is that-
nice
is that-
idea.
is that a meta
Execution went a bit
commentary?
awry, I think. But also, I really liked the bravery in trying to do a joke like that. And there is another one coming up later that I
admire
actually
this-
really liked.
this
but we'll-
company's
we'll
bravery and
take
their
it one step
writers.
at a time. So, this final challenge
You
sequence
know
that
what?
they're
They should
doing,
hire me as a
one, is
writer.
meant
I'd
to
be
be
pretty
this
good at
big
it.
hurdle
Me,
in
yeah,
order
it's
for
review.
Nah, you're
SpongeBob
good,
to
bro.
get the certificate
I know how
of
to make kids
swashbuckling,
laugh.
which
It's
in
very
actuality
formulaic.
is a trap
Hey, yo,
for the Flying Dutchman
no
to release
diddy.
his curse. You know this from the trailers, that's fine. But also, the way that SpongeBob successfully gets through all these trials is via one singular misunderstanding
Why is
that
Patrick
he
with
runs
a
through the
thong,
entire
bro?
movie. Remember that bit in the first movie where the mermaid gives him a seaweed mustache and now he believes he's a man, so he just trounces through
I'm
the
ready.
underworld
Oh, yes.
again and dances his way through? The fact
Yeah.
that that's a musical number and really fun means it's nice. And it's short. This is a whole third
You're
of the movie
short.
now. And instead of just thinking he's a man because he's got a seaweed mustache, he instead tries to
Sorry,
follow
Mommy.
the advice of doing what Mr. Krabs would do in any scenario. The misunderstanding comes from the fact that he's talking about himself when he was buff as a pirate captain swashbuckler. They're retconning his backstory, it's fine, don't worry about it. This SpongeBob, however,
All right,
decides
I
to
could
take
not
that
give
as
two
the
fucks
what would the Mr. Krabs of
about
now
Mr.
do,
Krabs'
so
backstory.
he morphs into the modern day version of Mr. Krabs and then just sort of moxies his way through. He turns a giant mop monster into a mop and does it. He wins with the power of imagination. It's fine. It gets boring. And it goes for like 15 minutes, which is an eternity in SpongeBob minutes. But then when we get to the very, very end of it, turns out Squidward, Mr. Krabs, and Gary minutes.
Oh,
But then
dude,
when
I was
we
about
get
to
to
say
the very,
Smash for
very
a
end of
second.
it, turns out Squidward, Mr.
Are
Krabs,
we
and
serious?
Gary the Snail don't manage to catch up really in time, and the Flying Dutchman successfully manages to release his curse, which is nice. I was really hoping to see that, to be honest.
Not gay,
What
by
it
the way.
then
I'm
delves
completely
into
straight.
Nah,
is
he's
the
gay.
mandatory
I just like
live-action
Squidward, you know.
segment of any SpongeBob
completely
movie,
gay.
and now Mark Hamill is here in the flesh in live
I'm into
action,
Latinas,
and
you know what I mean?
love that. It
Shut
gave him
the
a
fuck
prosthetic
up.
nose. He genuinely looks like a different character. You can see if you pay attention.
By the way,
to his
if you
eyes.
are
But
like a
before we
thick
get into
Latina
this
and you
Holy
want to put your
fuck.
number in the comment
I want to
section,
go back to the beginning.
Go
They
down
don't
below.
want
In
you,
this
little
movie,
bro.
You have Mr. Krabs as a live-action pirate explaining
want
the
you.
story
Or, I mean,
of
if
the
you're-
Flying Dutchman, and that's kind of my initial first problem.
If
He
you're
don't
hot
want
at
you
all.
either. I don't
You know,
want you either.
you know what I mean? You know, just put your
No,
comment.
no, no, no,
Only
it's okay.
segment,
You don't have to be a Latina.
very
Oh, you're
little
good.
showing. You know that one shot you see in the trailer of maybe a pirate entering a cave and it's probably the Flying Dutchman's backstory?
Is that a dog?
Yeah, that's
That was
all
not
you
my
see in the
dog.
movie as well. It's like, here's a shot of the sea.
I'm
here's
assuming you
that
finished
one
his mac
brief
and
shot of
cheese
the
by
live
now
action.
because oh, what the fuck? Wait, that's the end of the video? Dude, what the fuck? I just wasted about, like, what, 24 of my minutes? Great, incredible. Yo, great ending, guys. I guess his dog, like, just turned the video off because that's the last thing I heard. Frankly, that shit was retarded. Whoever made this, please, work on, just about everything, alright? So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'm a little too lazy to edit in, like, outro. If you want anything else, like, comment below. Give me some ideas, like, what to react or what to do at all. So instead of just giving you outro, I'm just gonna put on yeet. I'll help.